another video. I am so excited for today's video, you guys. Okay, as you guys can see by the title, we're going to be using the new Colourpop x Lizzie McGuire collection. What? Like, girl, my whole childhood is right here in today's video. I'm so excited to be playing with this entire collection for you guys. I did purchase this entire collection with my own money, so I'm super excited to share my thoughts, show you guys the formula, just spill all the tea for you. So this is the look that I created with the collection. I'm obsessed, you guys. I love it so much. Everything on my eyes is from the Lizzie McGuire collection, minus the green liner on the outer part of today's eye look. For that, I did use this Beauty Creations Dare to Be Bright liner. It looks like this, and let me just tell you guys right now, this trash. Terrible. Do not recommend. Do not spend your money on this. It cracked so bad. It's so dry and gunky. It is just disgusting, so I definitely do not recommend that. However, I did want to quickly just show you guys the eyeshadow palette. Everything else you guys will see in the video. But you guys, look at the palette. First of all, let me show you guys the box. So this right here is what the box looks like. It is so cute. Look at little Lizzie on here. I am obsessed, you guys. Like, this is going to be in my collection forever and ever. And then the actual eyeshadow palette itself looks like this, and it's called What Dreams Are Made Of, which is the perfect name. And when you actually go ahead and open up the eyeshadow palette, this is what the palette looks like. And I don't know if you guys can see from there, but there is a lot of fallout from this eyeshadow palette. As I was using it, I was like, damn, these things are dusty. But you know what? For me, that just means that an eyeshadow is super pigmented, which obviously, as you guys can see by the eyes today, they are very pigmented. They blended really well, so I don't mind the extra fallout. So that is that on the eyeshadow palette. Like I said, you will see the blushes in the video as well as the glosses. I'll go ahead and swatch those for you guys, even though they're all pretty much clear glosses and they are very sticky. I am wearing one right now, which you guys will see me go ahead and apply it in the video, but they are very sticky, so just want to put that out there. We're going to go ahead and jump into today's video. Before we jump in, please don't forget to give this video a huge thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you guys have not already. And of course, without further ado, if you guys would like to see how I created this look today using the new Colourpop and Lizzie McGuire collection, then just keep on watching. Alright, you guys, so let's start off by talking a little bit about this collection. So this collection does come with two So Juicy lip gloss duos. This one right here is called the Dear Diary duo. It comes with this gloss here, which is called Lizzie, and then this one right here, which is called Miranda, which is a little bit more of a lighter pink. And then you have this second duo that's called Seriously Cool, and this one comes with two shades as well. This first shade here that I'm showing you is the shade Gordo, which is a really pretty berry color, but as you guys can see, it just gives you a super sheer wash of color. And then the second color in this duo is called Ethan Craft. So super cute. I will say these were pretty sticky, so just a heads up. Then we do have the Glitterly Obsessed glitters, and this first shade here is called Get a Grip. Packaging is super cute and the color is really pretty in my opinion. It's a nice hot pink color. And then this second one here is called Sing to Me, Paolo. And it's a really pretty kind of like silver glitter with reflex of shimmer that turn like different colors as it shifts against the light. Alright, so jumping into the eye look, I'm going to start off by priming my eyelid with my Juvia's Place Eye Prep Eye Prime Eye Primer. You guys, I've been enjoying this one a lot, and I feel like especially when I'm using brighter, more colorful shadows, this is perfect because as you guys can see, it's so pigmented and it's so much lighter than my skin tone that it really helps to intensify those colorful shades. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply this as my base. And then of course we're going to be using the Lizzie McGuire palette. This is actually called the What Dreams Are Made Of palette. It is so pretty, you guys. The packaging is gorgeous, and even the inside of the box has a print. It has little Lizzie on there as well as some flowers, and this is what the actual palette looks like once you take it out the box. It does have the shade names on the back in case you guys were curious, and this is the beautiful palette. I think they did a wonderful job. I love the colors and think it is stunning. So the first shade I'm going to be using is the shade Digital Bean, and I'm going to be taking this color on a small but fluffy brush and starting to go ahead and pack that into my crease. So I packed it on, and then I decided I wanted that winged out kind of look. So using that same exact brush, I'm going to go ahead and start to create that winged out shape and also connect it into my crease. So once I went ahead and created that shape, now I can go ahead and intensify everything. So I'm still using the shade Digital Bean, but I'm making sure that I'm making it as pigmented as I possibly can. So that's what I'm doing here, and then I'm going to go into this next shade here, and that one is called Outfit Repeater. So this is a really pretty bright pink, but it does have shimmer, but the shimmer kind of disappears once you actually apply it to the eye. So it was more of a matte shade in my opinion. So I'm actually using this to go ahead and blend out that first purple shade. As you guys can see, it does take some time, but you do want to make sure it diffuses really nicely. And then I did go back in with the purple just to re-intensify, and then I took a fluffier brush with some more of that pink shade just to make sure everything is really nice and blown out and blended to my liking. So I went off camera to go ahead and just clean up my eyelid space, kind of create that cut crease that I was going for, and now I'm going to go ahead and of course fill in that space. And I'm just using my usual P. Louise base in blank canvas. You guys know I love this. It's the only thing that I use to cut my crease. It is just amazing, and literally all I'm doing is stamping on that base and just following that exact shape that I created using a Q-tip and some micellar water just to remove the shadow. So super simple, super easy. It gets a little bit tricky, but definitely take your time. So here is the crease, nice and cut and winged out. And now what I'm going to do for the center of the lid is go back in to the shade Outfit Repeater. I'm taking this on a flat brush and I'm just patting it on because this base is wet, so I do not want to be moving it around, if you get me. I kind of just want to keep it in place. I also went ahead and went in with the peach shade in the palette, and I just used that to go ahead and blend the edges of this hot pink because I didn't want it to stay super harsh like it looks at the moment. It was just a really big contrast against the nude that I had going on the lid, so the peach definitely helped to blend that out. And then I did want to try to use as many shadows in the palette as possible, so I'm actually using the shade Please. And this is actually the pressed glitter in the palette, and I just took it on a flat brush and I did not wet my brush whatsoever. This is just the glitter performing on its own. It stuck really nicely and I barely had any fallout, you guys. It was beautiful. So I went ahead and packed that on, and now that the eye is pretty much all complete almost, I went in with the super tiny brush. You guys know I love doing this after cutting my crease because I feel like sometimes the crease gets a little bit lost where we did all the blending. So I want to make sure it looks nice and intensified. So I just went back over with some more of that purple, and then I was like, you know what, let's add a little bit of a pop of color. So I went in with this Beauty Creations Bright Vivid liner. You guys, this thing was so horrible. It was the first time that I was using it, so I don't know if it dried out, if it didn't, but I had never opened it, so I don't know how it would dry out, but I don't recommend. Also, I was so out of frame doing this because I was so close, but I basically just put a little bit towards the outer part of my crease, just like so, and then I also added a little bit to the bottom part of that winged out shadow, but then I ended up connecting the bottom part later on in the video. So I popped on my lash, and that is basically the eye look. So let's go ahead and move on to the face makeup. So I tried to keep this video as Colourpop as possible. So I'm going to be using the 4th Ray Skin Milk. This is the papaya one. These are so nice and hydrating, you guys. They feel more like a moisturizer and a serum in one. It feels really great on the skin. I don't see any smoothing from this product though. So if smoothing is your main concern, this is definitely not going to give you that, but it does give you really nice hydration. And then for foundation, I'm going to be using the Pretty Fresh foundation from Colourpop. I don't use this one that often, but it is a really beautiful foundation. And I am going to blend it out with my e.l.f. Duo brush. You guys know I love this brush. It is so bomb. So I'm going to go ahead and blend this out. And I was pleasantly surprised. I haven't used it in a while, and this had a lot of coverage. So it was definitely very pretty. The color is a bit off, but I definitely made it work. Next, I did go in with my Soul Body Face and Body Bronzing Cream. This product you can get on the Colourpop website, so that's why I wanted to use it in today's video. And also, it's definitely a fave. I didn't show you guys the color because I did that in another video and it literally fell completely out the pot, but I am using the shade Fair. And then I'm also going to be using the Pretty Fresh Concealer from Colourpop. This concealer is so nice, even for my ladies out there who have a little bit of fine lines and wrinkles underneath the eyes. This one is so nice. It's more like a serum consistency. It's not thick whatsoever, but it has such beautiful coverage. As far as shade reference, I'm going to leave the shade to everything that I'm using as far as complexion down below in the description box in case you guys are interested. And to actually blend out that concealer, I'm using a colored rain sponge. Yes, I'm pretty sure that's a colored rain sponge. So to go ahead and actually set the concealer in place, I'm going to be using my Collab Set the Stage powder. I feel like I ramble about this powder all the time. You guys already know it's definitely a top fave for me. I absolutely love it. So I went ahead and set my concealer with this powder. And then to set the rest of my face, I'm going to be using the number 7 Lift and Illuminate powder. This powder is so pretty, you guys. It gives your skin a really beautiful luminosity without making you look oily. It is just stunning. So I am going to set my entire face with this powder. For bronzer today, like I said, I wanted to keep it as Colourpop as possible. This right here is the bronzer that they created when they created the Becky G collection. This is in the shade 310. Of course, this was a Colourpop limited edition collection. So I apologize, you guys. I don't have a current bronzer from Colourpop that is a part of their permanent line. So I did just want to use this one. But let me just tell you, this bronzer is so beautiful. I'm obsessed. And the formula is so buttery and smooth. It literally looks airbrushed. So moving on to the blushes. I'm so excited for these, you guys. How beautiful is the packaging? So here's what the blushes look like. And then here's what they look like when you actually take them out the box. So this first shade that I'm showing you is called Delish. It's a beautiful lighter pink. And then the second one looks like this. And that one is called You Are Magnifico. It's such a beautiful blush. It's very, very bright and pigmented. Now I will say, if you got this collection, you know that these blushes have a ton of glitter. When I say a ton, like, girl, there's a lot of glitter in there, okay? But as you guys can see on the cheeks, there was no glitter coming off of my cheeks. The only thing that you see here is a ton of pigmentation. So I was definitely pleasantly surprised. It definitely shocked me. I was so scared to use this blush at first. Clearly, I don't know when it's time to put the blush brush down, and your girl was just going ham. Yep, she just keep going. Look at her, girl, looking like a whole clown. But no, you know what? For today's look, it was fine. It went with the look. But I'm telling you guys, I have a problem when it comes to blush. So for highlight, I just went in with my Laura Geller Gilded Honey highlights. And that is basically it for the face makeup. So moving back into the lower lash line, I'm going to first go into the shade called Outfit Repeater, which is the really pretty pink that we used. I used it on a flat definer brush to really pack it on. And then I went in with this brush here, which is just a smaller blending brush. And then I did go into the shade Digital Bean as well, just to intensify the lower lash line. For my waterline, I went in with this Colourpop cream gel liner in the shade Electric Daisy. And then of course, you guys already know we have to dip into that bright green in the palette. So that shade is called Don't Freak. So beautiful, you guys. I'm obsessed. I went ahead and popped that in my inner corner, and then I also used a little bit of the shade Dear Diary, which is literally the same shade as Don't Freak, but a shimmer version. It was gorgeous. So that basically completed the eye look. I went ahead and added some lower lash mascara, and now we can move on to the lip combo. So for the lips for today's look, I'm going to do my usual lip combo. I'm first going in with a KKW lip liner in the shade Nude number 2. I'm going to go ahead and line my lips with this, and I'm also going to go ahead and feather in that lip liner. And then for liquid lipstick, I'm going to be using my Laura Lee Los Angeles liquid lipstick in the shade Nakey Nakey. Now, I wanted the lip combo to be a little bit more pink, so I'm going to go in with the NYX Shine Loud lipstick. I'm going to leave the shade name down below, but it's this color right here, very pretty pink, and I just put it in the center of my lips and just went ahead and blended it with a brush, and it gave me the perfect tint of pink. I didn't want it too pink. I wanted like a nude pink, so that's what I did, and I absolutely loved it. So now I'm going to go ahead and quickly just set my face, and I'm using an oldie but goodie. This is Max Fix Plus. This is the rose water version, and you guys, I am obsessed. It made my skin look so pretty, and it really did melt all the powders into my skin. It was beautiful. I forgot how good that setting spray was. So I went ahead and dried everything down, and now jumping into the lip duo, I'm going to be using the shade Lizzie, which is just the clear gloss, and I just went ahead and applied it to my lips, and that is what it looks like. I'm over the moon obsessed with this collection. It's such a little blast from the past. I absolutely love it. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.